let's get into it. So normally how people color correct every single time is they take a regular orange concealer and they go around this region. Now I don't look like I have any hyperpigmentation right now, but I promise you she is very much there. Okay, I go in with a regular orange concealer to color correct. This is for like dark brown hyperpigmentation. I'm gonna use my fingers right now because I want to finish this in time, and we're just gonna blend her. And this is meant to neutralize the brown around there, right? And I'm using this new NYX Pro Fix stick. I actually really like it. It blends like a dream. It's very comfortable. Alright, this is it. And if you look very closely when the light is not being too bright, you can see how the skin is a little bit orange, right? That's okay. I'm going to show you something a little bit different that would take this color correcting routine a little bit higher. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my concealer shade. This is a shade that matches my skin tone. Now if I was to go ahead and blend this on my face, it would look like my skin tone, but can you see it's very hard? Okay. Now this is what I use to color correct, and I'm gonna explain why. Just give me a second. This is a shade from NARS. This is their concealer. I think Natural Radiance or Creamy Radiance, I can't remember. In the shade Truffle. Do you see how warm that is? Okay, I'm gonna explain what I'm doing, okay? I'm gonna take the same stick I used earlier to color correct. We're gonna swatch her. See how more orange that is? I'm gonna take this one last time and I'm gonna swatch this one right here. And I'm gonna mix this with this. Oh, by the way, these are my new nails. I did them by myself. They're so gorgeous. I love them. I get compliments everywhere I go. So I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to go into this just a little bit because this is kind of pigmented. Using the back of a brush, I'm going to mix this two together. And can you see how this is very close in shade to this? So do you see what I'm trying to do? Rather than going in with an orange concealer, it would be so much better for you to color correct with a concealer that is mixed between the orange and your actual skin tone. So like, how did I find this concealer? Because it's not marketed like that, and how am I able to know it? Well, basically the rule of concealing, actually not concealing, the rule of color correcting is using whatever color is on the opposite scale to neutralize the color that is there, so that when you go ahead and you apply a color that matches your skin tone, it looks like your skin tone and the hyperpigmentation underneath does not appear gray. That's the rule of color correcting. Now sometimes when you color correct, this studio light is actually really beautiful that you can't really see what I'm showing you. I hope I'll be able to edit it out. But when you color correct, it leaves you with a tiny bit of an orangey tint. I don't know if you guys can see how orangey it is here compared to my body right now, or this side of my face. There's just like a tiny bit of an orangey tint, and that's many times can be a problem, especially if you're someone like me who likes my skin but better kind of makeup. You end up having to spend more time covering this to make it look natural compared to how it's actually looking. So rather than doing that, what I like to do is I like to get this shade, which is this shade I first had. Okay, I buy a concealer that is my shade range but appears warmer on my skin. So rather than buy my undertone, which I have a olive neutral undertone, I will buy something that is warmer. Now if you have a warm undertone, it doesn't have to necessarily be warm, it just has to appear warm on your skin without being 2 shades or 1 shade above your shade. It's around the same range but it's a different undertone, and that's why it appears orange, just like this. So when I go ahead with this concealer on the other side, which I will show you what I was going for, okay? And I have like pigmentation, but they're not showing right now. So I'm trying to find a way for you guys to see what they actually look like. But in this light, it just looks so invincible, which I love, but also sucks right now for what I'm trying to show you. All right, I think it shows this way. That's good, that's good. And we got that. Okay. So I'm gonna try and keep it the same, and I'm gonna use my hand and blend it out. And you see immediately how that looks like my skin. So this is great for when you want to spot conceal and then you go ahead and you put like a skin tint above it. You would end up using less amount of products because it doesn't really require a lot of products since it's already giving me coverage. So see how this looks like my skin? I actually need to cover that up. But see how this looks like my skin compared to here? When I turn like this, do you see how this is a teeny bit orange? There is nothing wrong with this. I can go ahead and fix this. But one of the like best things about this particular one is that one, I don't use a lot of product. I use very, very little product. It's very, very specific towards my skin. Another thing is that sometimes I like a particular concealer more than another concealer, and to get something in a color corrector doesn't mean that the concealer is going to be the best. It's just going to be a good concealer. But compared to the NARS, it is a very, very, very good concealer. So I end up looking like this. And if you look on this side, I'm actually going to take this here. It is warmer, but it's very close. Compared to here, it is giving very orange. I'm going to turn my head like this so you can see the difference. How this is giving almost my skin completely, and this is giving a little bit of an orange, which is neutralizing it. Now this can still work, but this is a lot more effective, and this is how to do the professional grade kind of color correcting. Rather than depending on an orange concealer, I would say get you a concealer that is close to your skin tone range but slightly warmer. Another benefit about this is that with this I can spot conceal, so I have to use a lot. With this, on the other hand, if I put foundation or skin tint on top, I can go ahead and take this and spot conceal on each and every single dark mark to make it appear better. So I'm gonna meet you guys in a few minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and apply our complexion products on. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, we're back right now. I'm a little calmer. Okay, so I'm gonna take my skin tint, and this is from Danessa Marix because we love Danessa. This is the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint, and it's in the shade 10. This is a really good winter shade. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a couple on my hand, and I'm gonna use a brush today. You can use a hand if you want to. It don't really matter. Take the brush, go for the first side. We have a beautiful even base with hardly any of the pigmentation showing. I'm gonna go ahead and just cover up whatever I see. So now we're color corrected. You can't see any pigmentation and the skin is looking really fresh. I'm gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side. We got the other one. And this doesn't require a lot. That's one. Let's take a second one. So you can see what the side looks like. Really, really nice. You can also see what the side looks like. Also very, very nice at the same time. Let's see. This is what we're looking like. They're both very effective and they're both very good. I just see a little bit of an orange tone underneath my eyes right there. Let me just fix that real quick, y'all. But the finish on this side is beautiful. The finish on this side is also beautiful, but to me it looks a little bit glowy and a little bit like, it looks really good actually. There's nothing wrong with the skin color or whatever. It looks really, really good. But the benefit I got from that concealer that I really wanted to get is going to show out throughout the whole entire day, like with the hold, the wear test, and every other thing that makes me love the NARS concealer. I'm gonna get that here compared to this one. So sometimes when you don't have this on hand, or you don't have somewhere you can buy like a really, really good color corrector, because I feel like before this one I haven't really found a really good one. This, on the other hand, the technique of finding a color corrector in every single concealer would come in handy. So I personally prefer this one. And honestly, I think that's the end of the video. I was gonna wait till I finish my makeup, but that's the end. So you can either color correct, just repeating myself now, with a beautiful orange concealer, or you can always color correct with a concealer that is close to your skin tone range, but just a smidget, tiny bit warmer than your skin. See that? It's just a little bit warmer than my skin. That will give you exactly what you're looking for in this. And especially if you don't like this, this is a good technique. I think this is a technique I like to do for like my everyday makeup, and it always comes out looking really, really good. So go ahead, spend some money, buy some good makeup, and use a better color correcting technique. To the next one, I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.